Moderator of this session, co-founder DevX, Mr. Umesh Uttam Chandani, and request him to take this session further.
Thank you, Krina, for the wonderful introduction. You seem to be working and sitting out of a very cool office environment.
Undoubtedly, this is the vibrant place I can ever be during this virtual session.
Indeed, it is. And the session that I'm moderating now, the location seems to be apt to address that session. So I'll take the honors from you, and I'll jump onto the brief introduction of the session that I'm moderating today. It's more on the lines of open innovation. So first of all, a wider thankful note for the JShare team, the efforts that have gone behind this to gather people at such large scale. I hear that there are around 500 to 600 CIOs who are participating in this event, and more than 1,500 people who are going live and have registered with this event, and there are concurrent 500 people active listening to multiple sessions that are going live. So this comes across as an opportunity for the startups that are showcasing here. And since this event is for CIOs, I believe the new termed coined, which is open innovation, makes it apt for the startups and also the CIOs to work along with them. So co-creation and open innovation being the new terms that are getting accepted widely across the globe. Although US, the States, and the western part of the globe was vividly adopting it, India is slowly, gradually getting into that space wherein the CIOs are strongly working with the startups. So to address a few of the startups that are working strongly into that space, I have two of the strong personalities operating in the AR/VR space and the IoT domain. I would start up with Mr. Keyur Bhalawat, who is the founder of a company named Plutoman. He is slowly and gradually becoming the face of the startup ecosystem from the Gujarat and getting renowned with respect to the AR/VR space. So I strongly recall the phase while I was growing up, jahan pe toothpaste was more of a Colgate. And nowadays in Gujarat, AR/VR is more on the lines of becoming Plutoman or Keyur. So on those lines, Mr. Keyur, I would hand it over the session to you so that you can address as to what you do and see and create an opportunity for CIOs to work along with you.
Thank you, Umesh, for such a wonderful introduction. In fact, I would not have been able to introduce myself the way you have done. Talking about Plutoman, we are a company which is into augmented and virtual reality solutions to enterprises. We have been helping enterprises to improve productivity, extend workforce capability, and enhance customer satisfaction through our product, which is AR-based remote collaboration. So before getting into the details about how the product is, what it does, I would just like to throw some light on what are the industrial problems which typically the enterprises face. The first one being the higher unexpected downtime. That can be because of operational inefficiencies like scrap, rework. It may be because of non-availability of specialized resources at the location, or it may be because of the travel time taken by a technician or a service person to reach to the location and repair the equipment or a machine. The second point being maintaining skilled workforce. As in, we all are aware, we always need an expert or a person who is go-to for any enterprises. They would be with the company for, let's say, more than 20 years, 25 years. So when they retire, along with them, their practical knowledge also retires. So how to keep hold of that particular knowledge, how to document or digitalize that practical knowledge is again a challenge for the company. Second, we being a millennial generation typically stay in an organization now. The research says that they stay in organization for 3 to 5 years. So now organization needs to plan their processes in a way that they are able to manage the frequent in and outs of their field service staffs. So that is where the challenge is and that is where the opportunities are. And third, as we all talk about the new normal, because of COVID-19 coming in, a lot of business processes has changed and led to a lot of changes in the way company install, the way they inspect, the way they troubleshoot, or the way they maintain the things. Now, when we talk about digital transformation, we have seen a lot of companies who have already been into this path benefit a lot during COVID-19. But when we talk about the new normal, and when we talk about digital transformation, we have seen typically company talking about automation and analytics. But what we have realized, especially after the new normal, is it is important to have a transformation also reaching to the field staff, because currently the transformation is more about the supervisors and the layer above. They are able to understand things, they are able to comprehend things. But if you are able to make field staff, the frontline staff more productive, there are chances the overall organization can become more productive. And that is where augmented reality can be of great help. And that is where our product or our platform comes into play, and that basically empowers the frontline workers by leveraging augmented reality to enable collaboration between field service engineers and offsite employees for remote troubleshooting, inspection, installation, maintenance, repair, and training. So typically it's kind of a VoIP platform over which we can display real-time 3D annotations on the environment and objects, which helps teams solve problems efficiently. This also reduces the need for technical experts at every location, and also helps monitor compliances, training, and inspection from a remote location. So, and we as a company don't see this as a normal product. We see this as a complete ecosystem at large, wherein the ARMS, the remote video assistance, being the center point, and then it is encompassed with a messaging corner wherein you can share your chat, wherein you can share your documents, and going forward it will be an AI-enabled chatbot. Then you can have workflow instructions coming into place, wherein you have 3D AR layered instructions, wherein you can have instructions for installations, where you can have instructions for troubleshooting. So typically from remote assistance, it will also shift towards self-assistance first. And if you are not able to solve the problem, then only you reach out remotely. You can have knowledge bank, wherein you can have the training videos already been part of it. You can have the recording of the troubleshooting which you are doing, which then can be used by other person who is facing the same problem. Again, when you have populated videos coming in, you can enable it with AI integration. You can have augmented notes also part of it, wherein it can be helpful for auditing and planning purposes. This platform again is completely device agnostic, wherein it can be used on your mobile, on your tablet, on your web platform like laptop and desktop, and it can be also used on smart AR glasses. So I'm just trying to showcase a simple screen here, which will give you an idea of how simple the platform looks. And again, it's a B2B enterprise platform. So the IT would have a complete control over that. The enterprise IT head or the admin will have a complete control. It will be similar to any other suite the enterprise uses, wherein you can have control over the user login. You can deactivate anytime, you can delete anytime, you can add anytime, and only those person will be visible in the contact, and they can be reached out, wherein they can take a call, they can see the video, they can annotate, they can draw. I'll just showcase a small video which will help you understand what this tool is about.
We'll showcase you how to use Plutimen Arms, an AR-based remote assistance and collaboration tool. On downloading the application from Play Store or App Store, log in with predefined credentials provided by your admin. Once you log in, here you can see the contact list with assigned users of your company. Tap on any user to connect for the call. On connecting successfully, the video call will be established and enabled with the AR feature for enhanced visual guidance. Move your phone gently to scan the area for better detection. Sender and receiver can then instruct with AR drawing. You can select 3D annotation by clicking on this icon and selecting from the available options. Tap on screen to place the annotation. Annotation can be placed from both ends, sender and receiver. During the call, user can also chat and share files with each other. You can also mute, unmute using this icon. Yank and undo or delete the AR drawing and annotation using these icons. In the settings, you can check your
So as I mentioned, this is the core part of the product or the platform, and over that you can encompass all the other pointers which I mentioned. Moving towards the value proposition which it has. it typically helps you, as I earlier mentioned, the productivity improves. Reason being, anytime when you have a problem, you can directly reach out to your supervisor or your or any of the expert. Second, it can be used for within the company, with your customers, with the vendors. So if you have cross plants, as in you have multiple plants, it is not necessary that the expert will be available at each plant. So the cross plant expert comes into picture here. You can have it in interaction with your customers when they face a problem, and you can have it with the vendor, wherein you can do quality inspection before the part or the equipment comes to your office, to your factory. You can do remote audit and compliance also, and it can also be of great help when it comes to on the job training. Typically, since your middle and junior level will be on the floor, the expert can centrally sit and control them. He becomes a third eye for the field staff who is on the floor, and their boost is, the confidence is also more, because they know that whenever they are stuck, they have an expert to call to. And ultimately, it also reduces the cost, because you can optimally plan your resources. The maintenance, the repair will be quite speedy. There will be quite a lot of time saving. So ultimately, it reduces the downtime and improves the uptime, and so it helps you in overall better top line for be it you or for your customers. Talking about the market domain, so again, this product can be used, platform can be used for any company which has maintenance, repair and operation as one of the domains. For field service also it can be used. So I'm just trying to try to segregate things so that it becomes easy for you to understand. On one side there are manufacturers, and the other side there are equipment users, so typically the utility companies, be it telecom, power, energy, oil and gas, smart cities, food and beverages. It can be used by them. And here on the manufacturing side, along with workflow instructions, this becomes a great offering for internal users, as well as to use it with customers for their proper uptime. Talking about the pilots and the results which we have got, we have done implementations and at few places pilots. Talking when it comes to Honeywell, we have done it at DuPont, KHS, Reliance, Sterlite, Thermotech. Those are the companies where we have done the pilots. And these are a few are the results which we have achieved, and there are few results which are secondary data which we have got by how adopting AR and AR-based remote platform the companies can achieve. The first one being, you can completely improve your first time fix rate by more than 30%. There would be companies who would be currently using WhatsApp or other video platforms, which typically would be having a remote resolution already in place. But by using this, you can increase it by more than 50%. There are chances of, again, long-term benefits in training, as in you can reduce your cost by 50%. The rework cost can go down by 25%. Your new hire productivity can improve by as high as 40%. A quick run through about Plutoman. We are a company which is 4 years old now, but we have been into this space for more than 6 years, wherein we have been consulting and servicing the clients across this domain. We have seen the journey from AR, VR. We all know that when we talk about AR, VR, it is always about customer engagement, but it has much more importance by it getting utilized in training and now in more towards the utility side of it. We are part of NASSCOM COE Accelerator. We have recently been shortlisted and part of GeoGenNext currently ongoing accelerator program, a B2B cohort, wherein we are part of 11 startups shortlisted from over 800 applicants. And we just 4 days back got part of cohort at Tech Exchange, wherein we'll be exploring the UK and Europe market. We were recognized as one of the rising stars in field of AR and VR at Vibrance Technology as in Startup and Technology Summit 2019. This is our portfolio, wherein we have been serving few of the clients which are mentioned here. I think over to you, Umesh, if there are any questions.
Yes, Keir, I open it up for the participants to ask you, but I'll take this step to kind of make it more addressable for the CIOs as to how do they connect with you. So if what is that one specific domain or industry wherein it becomes much easier or critical to adopt ARMS?
Okay, so I typically, as I mentioned in the presentation, one of the area where it becomes very important is the maintenance, repair, and operation. So typically, with the COVID-19 in place, you have your machine manufactured at one place, and you are typically installing it at some other place. So even while installation, and even while if there is any troubleshooting coming in, with the scenarios coming in, let's say you have delivered the machine to US, so you cannot go right now, correct? So you need to operate or help them remotely. Many people would tell that there are IoT, as in you can remotely control the HMI and take care of the machine. But this use case is over and above that. So let's say you have the HMI control, you are seeing what is the problem, but now you have to address that problem. It can only be taken care by the person or the operator who is near to that machine, and that is where this comes into play, and that is where this can be a great use. So these are few of the case studies which I have just kept it as annexures. If I had time, I would have gone through it, wherein we have been able to do that for one of the company which was into boiler manufacturing. It becomes kind of an online guidance to the erection team who is installing that machine, and it can also be used for troubleshooting while there is a problem. So typically it saves the travel time. So let's say the boiler, if off for more than a day, what the top line would, as in hit in the top line would be. So what if it can be saved by at least a day or 5 hours? It will be amazing. Same,
right.
Yes. So these are the other cases where Honeywell we were doing for the training, and Light, which is into optical fibers, we are doing.
Are you working with any organizations in Gujarat?
Not yet. We have taken, as in Thermotech is a company from Ahmedabad which is into boiler manufacturing, and we currently are also piloting at KHS Machineries, which is into manufacturing of machines, and they deliver it to Coca-Cola and other beverage companies. So there they are planning to use this tool for the remote collaboration. But I would urge teams, as in CIOs from Gujarat, to explore this product and see if that can be a great head to their ecosystem or their suite of overall plans.
Yes, I think ideally that's a platform for you to reach to that. Yes,
looking forward to that.
It would result into some discussions happening, materialistic discussions happening with the CIOs in Gujarat.
Keeping my fingers crossed for that. Yeah.
Yes. Wish you luck for the same. So I'll probably jump on to our next speaker for the day, right?
Stop my sharing so that he can.
Yes.